Greetings to all of you. Today, let us solve one problem in case of liquidation of a company. Jiva Limited went into voluntary liquidation on 31/3/2019, on which date its balance sheet showed the following figures. We have 6,256% cumulative preference shares of rupees 100 each fully paid, 4,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each 60 paid, 8,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each 70 paid, 5% mortgage debenture, and then we have creditors. Asset side we have sundry assets, cash and PL account. Sundry assets realized 70% of their book value. The liquidator is entitled to a remuneration of 3% on assets realized excluding cash and 4% on amount distributed to unsecured creditors other than preferential creditors. Of the total creditors, 2,25,000 is secured and 30,000 is preferential. The preference dividends were in arrears for 2 years and is payable on liquidation. Liquidation expenses 35,000. Prepare liquidator's final statement account. Jiva Limited went into voluntary liquidation on 31st March 2019, on which date its balance sheet showed the following figures. So we have 6,256% cumulative preference shares of rupees 100 each fully paid, 6,25,000. So we have cumulative preference share in our question. It means that dividend arrear is payable in case of cumulative preference share. In case of other category of preference share, no need to pay the dividend arrears, but in case of cumulative preference share, arrears of dividend needs to be paid. Then we have two class of equity share. One is 60 rupee paid equity share, another is 70 rupee paid equity share. We have 4,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, 60 paid up, 8,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, 70 paid. So we have 4,000 equity share, 60 rupee paid, 8,000 equity share, we have 70 rupee paid. So we have two category of equity share. Please keep this in the mind. This is important for you to solve the problem. So dear students, keep in mind, one equity share is 60 rupee paid, another equity share is 70 rupee paid, 60 rupee paid, and then we have 70 rupee paid. 5% mortgage debentures, and then we have creditors. Asset side we have sundry assets, cash, PL account. PL account given in asset side is a loss, so ignore it. It's called fictitious assets. Sundry assets realized 70% of their book value. So total assets realized is only 70%, which comes to 11,90,000. 17 lakh is a total sundry assets. Only 70% is sold. It is sold at 70% of the book value. So that means you get 11,90,000 realization of sundry assets. Liquidator is entitled to a remuneration of 3% on assets realized excluding cash and 4% on amount distributed to unsecured creditors other than preferential creditors. That means liquidator's remuneration is 3% on assets realized. So don't calculate remuneration on cash. calculate 3% remuneration on assets realized, which comes to 11,90,000 into 3%. 11,90,000 is a total asset sold at 70%. Into 3% you get 35,700. Don't calculate remuneration on cash. 4% on amount distributed to unsecured creditors other than preferential creditors. It means remuneration to liquidator is also calculated on unsecured creditor. That means living preferential creditor calculate commission on unsecured creditor. Andre preferential creditor nu ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಉಳಿದ ಅನ್ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಕಮಿಷನ್ ರೆಮ್ಯುನರೇಷನ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು 4% ಗೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟರ್ 2,25,000 is secured and 30,000 is preferential. What do they say? Of total creditor. What is a total creditor in the liability side? Total creditor is 3,85,000. Out of that, of total creditor ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಟ್ಟು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟರ್ 3,85,000 ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ in that 2,25,000 is secured and 30,000 is preferential. Then remaining unsecured creditor you get 1,90,000. How? 3,85,000 is a total creditor. Deduct secured creditor, deduct preferential creditor, remaining you get 1,30,000. The preference dividend were in arrears for 2 years. We need to pay preferential creditors, we need to pay preference dividend when it is cumulative preference share. The cumulative preference share is 6,25,000. Percentage is 6% cumulative preference share. So 6,25,000 into 6% into 2 years baki, you get 75,000. I repeat, you get 75,000 is a total dividend and is payable on liquidation. The liquidation expenses is 35,000. Prepare liquidator final statement of accounts. Liquidator final statement of account. Receipt side we have cash 80,000. Sundry assets realized 11,90,000. That's 17 lakh into 70%, you get 11,90,000. And call money received, this answer I will explain you in the next slide. ಮುಂದಿನ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಾಲ್ ಮನಿ ವಸೂಲಿ ಆಗಿರೋದು 2,90,900 ಹೇಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. So I'll explain you how call money collection is made 2,90,900 in the next slide. So payment side we have secured creditor 2,25,000, liquidation expenses 35,000 given in the question, and liquidator remuneration on assets 11,90,000 into 3%, you get 37,700. And liquidator remuneration is also based on unsecured creditors 1,30,000 into 4%, 5,200. Total remuneration comes to 40,900. Then we need to repay the debenture in the order of payment. Preferential creditor 30,000 and unsecured creditor final payment has to be done. After unsecured creditor we have to pay preference share capital 6,25,000. Preference share dividend we have to pay 75,000. Remember students, preference dividend have to be paid in case of cumulative preference share. Cumulative preference shares are eligible to receive the arrears of dividend. Okay, now in the next slide we are going to check whether we have any surplus fund or we have shortage fund. ಮುಂದಿನ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಹಣ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊರತೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. How to find out? Take your calculator. Receipt side we have 80,000 cash plus sundry assets realized 11,90,000 minus secured creditor 2,25,000, okay, minus 35,000 liquidation expenses minus liquidator remuneration 40,900 minus debenture 4 lakh minus preferential creditor 30,000 minus unsecured creditor 1,30,000 minus preference share capital 6,25,000 minus we get 75,000 preference dividend. So total shortage you get 2,90,500. ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಬರೋ ಅಂತ ಕೊರತೆ ಅಮೌಂಟು, ನಮಗೆ ಬರೋ ಅಂತ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಮೌಂಟು 2,90,900 ಇದೇ ನಾವು ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಗಳಿಂದ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪೇಯ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ನಾವು ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ 2,90,900 from equity share. This 2,90,900 only appears in receipt side. So how to make collection from 2,90,900? Because one equity share is 60 rupee paid, another equity share is 70 rupee paid. ಹೇಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಅವರ ಹತ್ರ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ವಸೂಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕನ್ನೋದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Let us discuss in the next slide. See, you get a shortage of 2,90,900. How? Receipt side 11,90,000 sundry assets realized plus cash we have. Total receipts 12,70,000 minus 2,25,000 secured creditor minus 35,000 liquidation expenses minus 40,900 liquidator remuneration minus debenture 4 lakh minus 30,000 preferential creditor minus unsecured creditor 1,30,000 minus preference capital 6,25,000 minus preference dividend 75,000, we get a shortage of 2,90,900. We need to make a collection from both class of equity share. ಇಷ್ಟು ಕೊರತೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ಗಳಿಂದ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ 70 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋರಿಂದ 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ. 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಪೇಯ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 70 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಎರಡು ಶೇರ್ಗಳು ಸಮವಾಗಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಹಂತ, ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿ 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ. 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು 70 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎರಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಬಂದು 70 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್, ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 2,90,900. One class of share, equity share, is 60 rupee. another class of equity share is 70 rupee. So there is a uneven paid by both class of equity share. So what you should do is, from 60 rupee, try to make a collection of 10 rupee first. That means equity share who are paid 60 rupee, make a collection of 10 rupee. If 60 rupee equity share you collect 10 rupee, that becomes 70 rupee, then both equity share becomes equal. This is the first step you should do, making both equity share equal. So we have 4,000 equity share of rupees 100 each, 60 paid. 8,000 equity share of rupees 100 each, 70 paid. So 4,000 equity share, 60 rupee paid. 8,000 equity share, 70 rupee paid. So what you should do first, 60 rupee equity share, make a collection of 10 rupee. So that 60 rupee becomes 70 rupee. So what we do, 2,90,000 is a total collection what we have. From this 2,90,000 shortage, we are going to make collection of 10 rupee from 60 rupee share, 4,000 equity share into 10 rupee, we are going to make a collection of 40,000 rupee. So from 4,000 equity share, 60 rupee each, we are going to make a collection of 10 rupee. So 4,000 into 10, you get 40,000. Then our shortage will come down to 2,50,900. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಒಟ್ಟು ಕೊರತೆ 2,90,900. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಪೇಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬಂದು 4,000 ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಪೇಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ 4,000 ಇಂಟು 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕೈಗೆ ಸಿಗೋ ಅಂತ ಹಣ 40,000. ಆವಾಗ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜು ಕೊರತೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 2,90,900 ಇರೋ ಅಂತ ಕೊರತೆ 40,000 ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕೊರತೆ 2,50,900 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ 2,50,900 ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ, 12,000 ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ಗಳಿಂದನೂ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ, 4,000 plus 8,000 equity share. So make a collection from all 12,000 equity share. So we need to make a collection of 20 rupee 90 paisa or 91 paisa round off ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. 20 rupee 90 paisa ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 4,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಹತ್ರನೂ 20 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 90 ಪೈಸಾ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 8,000 ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರನೂ 20 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 91 ಪೈಸಾ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬೋತ್ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ 20 ರೂಪಿ 90 paisa. So already from 4,000 we have collected 10 rupee plus now 20 rupee 91 paisa. Totally we need to make a collection of 30 rupee 91 paisa. From 8,000 equity share we need to make a collection of 20 rupee 91 paisa. So same calculation is being put in liquidator final statement of accounts, but minor changes will be there because of recurring factor, decimals factor. You may get some minor differences in the liquidator final statement of accounts. Thank you.